Cash One Pawn has the most extensive inventory of any pawn shop in western Montana. Whether you're in the market for firearms, power tools, bows, video game consoles, or sunglasses, Cash One Pawn has the best deals around. And now Cash One Pawn gives you the ability to shop online from anywhere. Make CashOnePawn.com part of your shopping habits. Also make sure to download the Cash One Pawn app. Cash One Pawn, Missoula's premier pawn shop, located on Roller Coaster Road on the way to the Y.
Well, there's a lot of good experience in that room. Guys that have played quite a bit of football, including Krishan, who he's new to us, but he's not new to college football. So we have good veteran players in there. We've got some young guys that are pushing them for playing time, and it's been pretty highly competitive. So I'm comfortable with that group.
Feels like that position always one at that is good. You have a lot of like high school quarterbacks or high school receivers from Montana that convert there. Like just overall, like why do you think that position lends itself to? It seems like always having good playmakers, especially from the state.
Yeah, I mean it goes back to recruiting first. I mean, good coaches have good players, but the other part is I think they've been well coached over the years here. A lot of guys with know-how, getting those guys ready to go, and there's a tradition of excellence at that position. I think that's carried on.
You miss defense, like what characteristics do you look for in a safety?
Well, I think most defenses that I've been around, no different than this one. The safeties have to do a lot of things. The more they can do in terms of pressuring the quarterback or covering, if they can do that broad spectrum of things, you can do more on defense. And so we ask them to do that. First and foremost, they have to tackle, get the other guys lined up, get everybody on the same page. So those two things have been pretty standard for us, which is great. And on defense, generally speaking, if you get lined up right, then you've got a chance to have a good play on defense.
Bringing over Krishan, obviously you liked what you saw, otherwise you wouldn't have brought him in. But after you've been able to see him,
there you go.
After you've been able to see him in person,
yeah, we hated him, but we thought we'd try it anyway.
Yeah, and now he's changed. And so now
yeah, all
of
a sudden
person,
he's good.
What your so far your assessment?
I think he's fitting in well. He's pretty much exactly what we thought he was when we recruited him. His coaches at Fresno really liked him. They were kind of sad to see him go, and those are guys that we have long-term relationships with in terms of working with them and knowing them. So we got good intel on him out of the Fresno guys, and he's pretty much exactly what we thought.
Well, that Montana safety angle, there's been so many great ones from Montana. You think these guys grow up wanting to be? I mean, Ryder Meyer had a lot of guys to idolize growing up in Fairfield, Montana.
So what was the question?
Do you think that influences it? Like guys wanting to play safety for the Montana Griz, like growing up wanting to be Tim Hauck, wanting to be Colt Anderson?
Yeah, I would hope so. I don't know if that's the truth or not, but I think that's probably got to have some impact. We've had good Montana players at pretty much every position on our team. So I hope the Montana kids see that we value them and want to follow in the footsteps of guys like you mentioned. Not that we've only had Montana kids, but there's been a good number of them at safety, and they've excelled.
How's Pat Hayden fitting in on the interior defensive line?
He's good. He had a really good spring, good off season. He's got a little sprain in his one of his feet, so he's been slowed by that a little bit, but he's doing a nice job.
I think he got increased depth there behind him. I know last year you were a little short there behind Governor, so how much can that help you?
Well, when Cashmitter couldn't play last year, that was not good for us because he was really playing as well as anybody at that point in time, and so we were maybe a little bit shorthanded there, but it turned out if we'd had more injury on the defensive line, we'd have been in trouble. But after the early season, we pretty much came through unscathed. So hopefully more of that. Good luck, good fortune in terms of injury. But I don't know who'll start the first game at nose, but we'll play 2 or 3 of those guys.
A lot of new guys on the edge spots too there on the D line. Anybody that's flashed amongst the newer guys to the roster?
I don't know. It's kind of day to day a little bit this time of year.
Pads on, right?
Yeah, and we've had pads on. I don't know, last quite a few days, and on our defensive line we play a lot of dudes, think we've got good depth. I think those guys will play well. Anders Lehrman's done a really nice job knowing what he's doing and being real consistent, that's a great place to start.
I'm writing about the offensive line. So with Coach Pawlak taking over, how would you assess the job he's been doing there? What are some of his strengths?
You want me to evaluate our coaches in the newspaper?
What?
I mean, seriously, you want me to evaluate our coaching staff in the newspaper? Well, that's never going to happen. Joe's doing a great job. He's doing a great job.
Where are you seeing growth in the offensive line group since he's taken over?
Well, we're out here practicing. I think the practices have been really good. I think they've looked terrific in inside run. I think they've looked good in the pass protection stuff. So, I think they're playing pretty well right now. And obviously, we've got our first exam in about 2.5 weeks, so we'll figure that one out. But they look like they're getting the work done.
Bringing in Cade from Central Michigan, how has he been transitioning into working at left guard?
He's picking things up. I think he's done a good job. I think he's a good addition.
How's the competition shaping up at center as you guys have to replace AJ there?
Yeah, I don't know where that sits right now. I mean, it's kind of day to day. Like, he just asked the same thing. It's kind of day to day. But those guys are doing well. I think we can play 8 or 10 guys and will on the offensive line.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
Isaiah Childs switching to defense. We had him on the show the other day, and he seems like he's just loving it. Did you see him as a defensive guy? I guess when did you see him as a defensive guy?
Well, Frank and I were talking about this the other day. We have pretty good depth at running back, and we're always looking for guys on the other side of the ball, and he's got some abilities that lend themselves to that, and he's a team guy, and he'll do whatever the team needs him to do. So that wasn't even a question for him. So those things all fit. But the other side of it is he's a pretty integral contributor in the kicking game area, and the more practice tackling he gets, the better he's going to be. So it just kind of made sense.
Where have you seen him grow in that element, covering kicks and stuff like that?
Well, he's getting better at it. I mean, the tackling aspect of it really helped him. We don't do a bunch of live kicking except in games, so we'll see. I thought he had a really good year last year in terms of special teams play, but we really don't do any live kicking hardly in spring ball and maybe a rep in fall camp. So, that's always kind of hope we do it pretty well in the opener, and I hope that that's the case this year, and I think he'll be a big part of that.
What's it like as a coach and an evaluator, kind of getting to see some of the true freshmen in real action for the first time?
Say it one more time, Sean.
Just like as a coach and then an evaluator, like how fun is it, or what's it like getting to watch the true freshmen kind of in college and throwing them in there for the first time?
You like in practice?
Yeah,
we do a youth period to keep them involved a little bit. That's something we've done for a while. It's good for them to get out here, get coached, kind of play at the college level a little bit, but it's bad looking football when they're in there right now.
Isaac Kime on offense, what you guys think of him as a tight end coming out of high school? Because I know he's really good at defense too.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he is. Maybe it is a tight end. That's where he's sitting right now. Again, we'll see where that goes. But he's a good looking kid. He's a good big athlete. So we're certainly glad we got him.
Back on the line, Cannon had played all over the line for you guys last year, filling in. What are you liking about him at left tackle now?
Well, he can play. I don't know if he can play center, but he can play guard and tackle both sides. So He's done a pretty good job at the tackle piece, but we're not afraid to plug him in at guard. I think he's, his stature lends itself, in my opinion, to being a tackle. And, I think he's consistently improved in his time here, which if he continues to do that before he graduates, he's going to be an awfully good player.
Our family on our mom's side has a deep Montana history, especially stemming from Butte and Helena. And we are so proud. One of the things we are most proud of is to call ourselves Montanans. At Up Top Clothing, they have Montana-made and Montana-branded clothing for both men and women. Their Montana Till I Die collection is one of my favorite collections anywhere in the clothing world. And you can shop online and get the Montana Till I Die collection and all the other great gear that Up Top Clothing makes delivered right to your doorstep. Visit teamuptop.com. And if you use the promo code Skyline15, you're going to get a discount on all your online ordering. Teamuptop.com, Up Top Clothing, reminding you to take a step back and enjoy the moment.